May I come in, sir?
Yes, please come in.
Sir. Sir.
Good afternoon, Kush. Please take your seat, of course.
Thank you, sir.
We are just going to enjoy 30 minutes.
Thank you, sir.
How is the service going on?
Sir, it was going on well. Sir, I resigned few months ago.
Why?
Sir, I resigned actually because when I joined the service, there is a condition that you can appear for the examination only once. And unfortunately, in the 2022 examination, I could not get the service of my choice, so I decided to appear for the examination again. To take that decision, I had to.
You have taken a huge risk, you know that?
Yes, sir. Sir, fortunately, in the 2022 examination, I got allotted a service. I got allotted Danix.
Acha.
I am yet to join that. In the meanwhile, sir, after my mains, I started working with a startup related to application of AI for customs clearances. So currently, I am working on that.
And Mumbai based?
Sir, it is Singapore based. And it is for Singapore. It is related to logistics for shipments.
Yes. No, but you are based in Mumbai?
Yes, sir. I am based in Mumbai. Yes, sir.
So is it work from home?
Yes, sir. It is work from home.
Okay. If you can compare, or to the extent to which you can compare,
yes, sir.
How would you sort of judge ICE, Corporate Law Service and Danix?
Yes, sir. Sir, Danix, I have no first-hand experience. I am yet to join. However, based on what I have heard, sir, Danix would be a significantly more on-field job, significantly more interaction with day-to-day administrative and practical related things. So, Corporate Law Service is a specialized service. It would be primarily related to governance, corporate governance, some aspect of financial aspect related to the same. It would be more intellectually stimulating in my opinion, because often you would be coming across cases where you have to actually try and figure out some frauds or some red flags in the financial statements, or make a chain of events, chronology of events that has happened with respect to investment.
Okay.
These are some.
And how did that interview go last time?
Sir, last time, civil services? Yes, sir. Sir, it went well. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Tell me, they gave you more than 197 marks.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
No. What was your score last time?
Sir, 201. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Because we had already found you outstanding.
Thank you, sir.
So as far as this is concerned, I am convinced that we need no mock interview.
Thank you, sir.
All you have to do is be what you are.
Thank you, sir.
And be outstanding over there.
Thank you, sir.
These are the days when I am seriously, genuinely, not because some interview and I am questioning. I am genuinely worried about the world.
Yes, sir.
There are times when I keep feeling that any moment we will hear some news about either someone dropping a nuclear bomb or a nuclear bomb getting off accidentally.
Yes, sir.
You think I am paranoid, or there is some basis for my worry?
Sir, I would not say paranoid. Sir, there is certainly a basis. A lot of countries which have nuclear weapons are in conflict, and that threat is there. However, the bigger threat is that there is a lot of instability within these countries which have nuclear weapons. And there is this additional risk that has come forward nowadays, that because of this instability, some non-state or some extraneous state group can take advantage of the fact that certain nuclear weapons exist. And this is a threat which is most commonly referred in the context of Pakistan.
So, North Korea, now that you are mentioning Pakistan, I will come up with North Korea.
Yes, sir.
Will that boy drop a nuclear bomb actually someday, somewhere?
Sir, I do not think that nuclear bomb will be used in the world. Sir, that is mostly because of, I believe, because of two reasons. Firstly, sir, the public support is not there for nuclear weapons at all, sir. In fact, public support is not there for any kind of weapons of mass destruction, because now the citizens actually know that ultimately it harms them even if they are not directly destroyed by it. And the most ordinary citizens are harmed the most because of the second order consequences that take place. And
you remember that Putin had actually considered using nuclear weapon in ongoing war with Ukraine?
Yes, sir. He said that the West must remember that Russia is a nuclear state.
Not just remember.
Yes, sir.
There are credible reports.
Yes, sir.
And who or how did he stop? That is also has come to surface.
Sorry, sir, I have not followed these.
Okay. We'll come back to that. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Kush. Great.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. You are now in Denix technically, although you have not joined.
Yes, sir.
But you were in corporate law for quite some time.
Yes, sir.
Right, good. So your level of questioning will be little higher.
Yes, sir.
We expect more from you.
Yes, sir.
When country was divided,
Yes, sir.
larger part of Sindh went to Pakistan.
Yes, sir.
Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Then why should we include Sindh in our national anthem? Bigger Sindh is on their side.
Sir, Sindh is not just a geographical region, but it also has a very strong cultural and people aspect to it, economic significance to it. And sir, that is still very much a part of the country. And
Our
sir,
Sindh is in Gujarat and
Yes,
we
sir.
recognize fully.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we gone up.
Yes, sir. Sir, and to give recognition to that, sir, that is.
To remember the contribution of Sindh culture. Okay, good. You were born at Navsari.
Yes, sir.
What is significance of Navsari?
Sir, Navsari has two major significances. One is present day. There is a lot of development of gems and jewelry industry. And second is historical, sir.
Historical, yes, good.
Dandi March took place close
And?
to Navsari. Yes, sir. So this is
Anything about the settlement of
Yes, sir.
refugees from
Iran.
Iran? Yeah.
Yes, sir. So that is about 1,000 years old, sir.
Mhm.
It is said that when the Parsi refugees from Iran actually landed in Gujarat,
Hmm.
Sari was a place in Iran,
Correct.
and they thought that they found it similar, and they thought that they will settle there, so they called it Navsari.
Navsari. New Sari.
Yes, sir.
Good. Today, Prime Minister is in Maharashtra.
Yes, sir.
What for?
Sir, one of the things is inauguration of Mumbai Trans Harbour.
One of the things, and second thing?
Sir, any other thing that he'll have a lot of other things. I am not aware about the other things.
What is, how country is observing the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda today?
Sir, I am not aware about.
No problem.
Thank you.
Speaker of Maharashtra Assembly
Yes, sir.
delivered a verdict 2-3 days ago
Yes, sir.
about Shiv Sena.
Yes, sir.
What is the verdict and what is basis of that verdict?
So the verdict essentially is a two sort of sequence verdict. Firstly, the speaker recognized the Eknath Shinde group as the political party, separate from as the legislative political party, and based on that, the verdict gave legitimacy to the whip that was appointed by the Eknath Shinde faction of the Shiv Sena as the actual whip of the legislative members of the inside the house. So the basis of that verdict, the speaker said, is based on the constitutional decision. The Supreme Court decision. The Supreme Court had said that because the legislative party and the political party are not the same, that is why without the step of the recognition of the political party, the whip cannot directly be the whip that is appointed. That cannot be a legitimate whip. So the speaker interpreted that judgment to mean that first the party has to be given legitimacy, on that the whip will be given legitimacy.
So what was the basis of speaker's decision? If you can...
Yes, sir. So the speaker's decision essentially had three bases. First is the Supreme Court judgment. Second is the constitution of the Shiv Sena political party, the 1999 Constitution.
Okay, you got it. I also got it. now tell me, you have so many hobbies. When do you find time to study? You did monitoring, you swam for 12 hours continuously.
Yes, sir.
And you also have patented this population modeling system.
Yes, sir. Sir, the patent is part of when I was working at Xerox. So it is part of the work that we were doing. It was a part of the project. Sir, swimming is for fitness primarily.
No, but swimming 12 hours is not fitness, it's passion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've done it twice while I was at college. There was an event about 12 hours swimming every year, and I have completed that event twice. So mountaineering is not a hobby. I did a course once, and I realized that that is not my cup.
Swimming is better.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Last question from my side.
Thank you.
COP28.
Yes, sir.
It wanted to do away with the fossil fuels in gradual phase out manner.
Yes, sir.
Do you agree?
Yes, sir. I agree with that. And the main reason for my agreement is particularly the needs of developing countries such as India. India, if we don't add urgently to our thermal or gas-based power capacity, we will face a energy crisis by 2027, and that will be extremely detrimental to our interest. Second is that we also don't have the complete technology or the finances to transition based on storage of the energy, such as batteries or hydrogen or even pumped hydro. That will take certain time. So that is the foremost.
Okay, Kush, all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Kush.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you?
Sir, I'm good. Thank you.
You've left the corporate law service, but I'll still pose a small issue there. You would have heard of Kingfisher,
Yes, sir.
right? Vijay Mallya actually put down Kingfisher as a brand, as a collateral. Do you think that was him playing smart or the banks were being stupid? I mean, can a brand value be a collateral? And does it amount to corporate fraud?
Sir, I don't think it amounts to corporate fraud per se, because there are many reports by reputed agencies that assign values to brands. In fact, last year there was a report which assigned a significant amount of brand value to LIC, for example. Having said that, sir, I think it was some lack of prudent decision making by the banks, because if, for example, if I am pledging something as collateral which has a volatile value attached with it, then I will get loan only up till to a certain margin with respect to that. For example, if I own a volatile asset such as a stock of a company, then the amount of loan that I'll get is not 100% of that.
Just a little more on that.
Yes.
He's sold off his brewery shares and everything. With that went Kingfisher beer also.
Yes, sir.
So now does he have any say on the Kingfisher brand at all?
Sir, I don't think so. To the best.
When he sold the beer, he sold the brand?
Yes, sir.
Because the previously Kingfisher was airlines also. Kingfisher was into very many kind of merchandise also.
Yes, sir.
So he's lost it all.
Yes, sir.
Great. Poor fellow. Okay, we were just talking about the Maharashtra, the decision by the speaker.
Yes, sir.
Now, anti-defection law as overall,
Yes, sir.
do you think it has been diluted and twisted and turned so many times that it is on the verge of becoming meaningless? Because you had problems in Karnataka and people who rebelled got away with it. You had the problem in Madhya Pradesh and they got away with it. So, with so many changes, modifications, what do you make of this law?
So the law has certainly not been very successful. What the legislature has tried to do is, in effect, strengthen the law, because before the 2002 amendment, I think the limit threshold for some wholesale defection was 1/3, and then it became 2/3. So the legislature has actually tried to strengthen it, but it has not functioned. And especially this new series of events in Maharashtra, the Supreme Court judgment coupled with the ruling of the speaker essentially reduces it to 50%. Because now the legislator party just needs more than 50% strength. According to the Supreme Court judgment, the speaker can then recognize them as the true legislature party and then let them appoint their will. So this is some new thing that has taken place. Sir, with respect to, that is why I say it has not been a success.
Okay, it has not been a success. You've been part of this service for some time, so you must have been in and around Delhi mostly?
Yes, sir.
Good. Kejriwal has a much touted project called Mohalla Clinic.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard about it?
Yes, sir.
Good. Tell us something about it and how do you see it? Is it a failure or a success?
Sir, the significance of the project, so to say, is to reduce out-of-pocket expenditure with respect to OPD. We have insurance schemes which primarily focus on secondary and tertiary care. We have central government-based schemes such as Jan Aushadhi Yojana for medicines. Most of the out-of-pocket expenditure in India goes in primary care, which is OPD, and diagnostics. And Mohalla Clinic was supposed to solve that problem, early diagnosis of diseases and primary care or OPD services. Whether it has been a success, or initially when there was a lot of publicity around it or a lot of interest around it, yes, there were a lot of people. But recent audits have found out that many fake patients have been generated to go to that place. Audit report has found out that in 4 hours, some doctors saw X number of patients. That is not possible. Fake phone numbers were given and so on. So based on this, sir, serious checks or more further audit needs to be done, whether it is by design, someone is doing fraud, or is it just doctors who are trying to take advantage of this scheme.
Okay. Having been in Delhi, you would have also noticed this issue of public transport.
Yes.
Do you think it is satisfactory?
Sir, the Delhi metro is very good. Sir, but I also understand that metro is slightly expensive, as in not everyone in the city can, many people in the city would not be able to access this metro, especially when I consider the rates of metro to say Mumbai local or something like that. And that is why the crowd that we see in Delhi metro is also very different from the crowd that you would typically see in Mumbai local. So the next part of this related to your question would be, what are the services apart from Delhi metro like? What is bus service like? Sir, I know that bus services are free for women. However, I also know that buses often take a very long or circuitous route, which leads to significant additions in travel time. And that may be because of several reasons. One may be that the number of buses are limited and you want to use a bus to cover the entire route. It may also be because of certain reasons wherein every person wants a bus stop near that place. Certain population.
Do you think this issue of it's free for women,
Yes, sir.
is that a good idea, particularly when the number of buses is low and you can't afford to buy more buses?
Yes, sir. Sir, I don't think it's a good idea. I essentially see it as a way of transferring losses of the bus transport corporation to the state government. And yes, you are right. If we don't add to capacity, then the ability of people in general to utilize this service would reduce. What is needed is more investment in the number of buses, ensuring that the routes are optimized, and ensuring that women who are underprivileged or who are below a certain income threshold are given some sort of passes using which they can avail free bus services rather than the complete thing. And that also can be sort of modified, right? So if there's someone who is from a underprivileged background who is traveling from her home to her work location site every day, then she can be given a free pass for that particular route, right? And that is how passes in general work.
That is how they work, yes. You said that it is a question of that metro is expensive, people can't afford it. Yet you will find any number of buses are going empty. At that very time, if you go up to the metro station or down to the metro station, depending on where you are, you will find the metro is full.
Yes, sir.
So buses, as it is, despite being cheap, are frequently going empty.
Yes, sir.
So is economy a reason? Because you said one reason is economy.
Sir, for that one reason that I can think of is bus is mostly used by people who are working and they have particular travel times.
Yes, who's metro?
Yes, sir. Sir, I will think about it.
Think about it. Okay. If tomorrow you will be in Denix, if it's up to you,
Yes.
what changes will you introduce to better control Delhi traffic, which has a reputation for being wild and totally without any, it's all laissez-faire on the road. Let act, whichever way you want.
Sir, I break down this into two parts. One is traffic on major roads and the second is traffic on smaller roads in areas, inside areas such as, for example, I am currently staying in Lajpat Nagar, so there all these small roads are visible. For the second part, the first thing is that we need definite allocation with respect to parking spaces. Right now, if it's a 4-lane road, 2 lanes are used for parking vehicles, or there are certain encroachments by shops into one of those lanes. And that is ultimately going to be a barrier with respect to improving the flow of traffic. Not only that, the second order effect is it also ends up becoming a barrier to car ownership. Recent surveys and reports show that people don't want to own cars because of traffic problems, and that is then will create further problems. The first part with respect to traffic on major roads, I think one difference that I've seen with respect to Bombay and Delhi is how much people follow lane discipline and so on. So that culture needs to change among the people. For that, awareness has to be generated. Second is with respect to junctions. Often there's a lot of traffic on junctions. For example, in central Delhi, there are some junctions that have 5 to 6 interconnections. So towards that, some more midway routing can be done so that people don't have to go up to that junction, but can take a U-turn in between. That will help a lot.
Okay, a lot of things to be done there. One last small comment on which you can make an observation. Delhi, they say, has got more cars than the other 3 principal cities put together. Do you think it is a sociological issue? People have a certain kind of character. Why so many cars in Delhi that it is more than Mumbai, Chennai, Calcutta put together?
So sociological factors may play a role, but I think most important factors would be purchasing power and would be ability to use that car, or what people think as their individuals, how much utility the car will have for me, because that is what ultimately determines personal consumption decisions. So these, I think, would be the 2 biggest.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Kush, can you summarize the personality of former Prime Minister Srimati Indira Gandhi in 5 sentences?
Yes, ma'am. Can I take?
Sure.
Yes, ma'am. The first would be relatively quick decision making. Second would be listening to views of others. Third would be a certain stubbornness when it comes to deciding on what action to take after listening to the view of others. Fourth would be significant experience across a lot of departments, because if I remember correctly, she started out as Minister for Information and Broadcasting, and then she handled a lot of other departments also. And fifth would be a sort of a populist or a welfare-oriented approach with when it comes to schemes such as or programs such as Garibi Hatao and so on.
Okay. So you have taken out emergency out of her personality. Declaration of emergency.
Ma'am, I
Why?
think all of these things would have played a role in that. For example, the stubbornness with respect to decision making, the quick decision making, deciding that an emergency needs to be implemented now and so on. So I think all of these traits of personality would have played into her decision to declare emergency and declare a second emergency when a first emergency was already in operation.
Okay. What is eco-friendly development and how Maharashtra is contributing in achieving this?
Eco-friendly development will have a lot of facets. One is with respect to consumption of energy. Second would be with respect to cleanliness, a general level of cleanliness. Third would be with respect to attempts to reduce pollution. Fourth would be with respect to encouraging industries related to circular economy and so on. So on the first count, with respect to energy, Maharashtra has recently started significant focus on solar, wind, and also on using bagasse cogeneration, sugarcane intermediate products to generate electricity. I think 2 gigawatts of electricity in Maharashtra comes from there. On the second count with respect to cleanliness, Maharashtrian cities are amongst the cleanest in the country. According to last year's Swachh Bharat report, 60 out of the 100 tier 2 cities amongst the cleanest in the city were from Maharashtra, tier 2 and tier 3 cities. On pollution, unfortunately, not a lot of work has taken place, and that is a little contradictory, that on one hand there is focus on cleanliness, but on the other hand, not a lot of focus on pollution. And ma'am, with respect to circular economy, Maharashtra is encouraging industries, for example, with respect to recycling. I think the biggest company in the country which is recycling PET bottles is in Maharashtra. Also with respect to recycling of some textiles and so on. This is something that I am aware of.
India is a secular state, you agree with me?
Yes, ma'am.
So then how can we agree to minority status of educational institutions and we give around 50% reservation in some of the institutions? I fail to understand.
Yes, ma'am. I agree with you. And to the best of my knowledge, this is not a old phenomena. It is relatively recent. For example, I think the Jamia Millia College in Delhi, it was granted minority status in 2011. And it has been a nationalist education institute. It was formed during the non-cooperation movement. But its status was changed recently itself. So this minority status, I think, is a result of various legal and political developments. I think there was a Supreme Court decision on TPI Institute in 2000s that led to the evolution of this status. But I think I agree with you.
Are you talking about Jamia Millia or Aligarh Muslim University?
Sir, ma'am, I'm talking about Jamia.
Jamia, okay.
I may be mistaken, but if I remember correctly, its status was changed in the last 2 decades.
Okay.
And there are other similar discrepancies also. For example, right to education in implementation, there is a differentiation on the basis of nature of the school. And considering the secular nature of the state, ma'am, such differences at educational institution, they are not complementary to each other.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Kush. So, who was older, Kush or Love?
Sir, Love was older.
I thought they were twins.
Yes, sir, they were twins, but I think Love was slightly older.
Slightly means, how do you get one of them to be older?
Sir, Love would have been born first, so that is why he would have been older.
Very interesting, Daph. Many poets. What is this term, media memorability?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, in your opinion, is media in India, especially the electronic media, is it corporatized?
Yes, sir. It is corporatized to a significant extent. and this has been going on since a long time. In fact, there was a time, I think maybe 1 decade back, when a lot of regional small corporates related to mining or related to other industries in states had their own media, sort of say. Now it has become more organized and more transparent. So I would say that while corporatization is there, I think that may not be a bad thing if it is accompanied by transparency and responsibility.
How does that impact formation of public opinion?
So again, ideally it should not impact formation of public opinion. For example, Washington Post is owned by Amazon, and Amazon, according to whatever is in the public domain, has never interfered in any sort of
Interference is never in the open.
Yes, sir.
So if I can.
Yes, sir. According to reports and according to people from Washington Post, Amazon has never done back channel interference. I believe that is an ideal situation, and that is dependent on the ethics of the people who are involved with the media organization, with respect to media ethics and so on. We are probably not there yet. But ideally, we would like to be there. I don't see corporatization as a bad thing. It improves. I think it improves governance. It improves transparency.
How do you register a patent in India?
Yes.
Now that you got one.
Yes, sir. Sir, my patent is not registered in India, but I am aware of the process.
The next question.
Yes,
why do Indians register the patents abroad?
Yes, sir. The biggest reason for that is Indians who are working on patents, they are typically working for MNCs. And those MNCs see greater benefit in registering their patents abroad, because that is where the major source of their revenue is. So that is why they would like to register all their work abroad, revenue as well as clients.
So is there a divergence in laws applicable for foreign MNCs and Indian MNCs?
Sir, in India? Sir, with respect to patent, I don't think there are any divergences, but in general there are divergences in law. For example,
Name a couple of them.
Yes, sir.
Name one or two.
Yes, sir. Tax regime is different. Companies law compliances are different. Foreign companies have to follow some additional compliances that Indian companies will not have to follow. These would be some.
What in your understanding is an SEZ?
Sir, an SEZ is essentially an area which is deemed to be foreign territory for the purpose of taxation and investment laws. It stands for special economic zones. For example, the domestic tax laws will not be applicable, the domestic investment related laws will not be applicable, and maybe some other categories of laws may be prescribed that will not be applicable.
And why should such special places be under private control?
Sir, such special places.
Like you have an Adani SEZ
Yes, sir.
and Mundra.
Yes, sir. Sir, we need infrastructure, we need state-of-the-art infrastructure to drive scale in such places. And towards that, I think private participation is unnecessary. However, as far as the regulation is concerned with respect to such places, that obviously cannot be under private control. And the regulation is governed by the SEZ Act, which now there is a new act. Now there is a new bill. I am sorry, I don't know if it has been passed yet. It is called DESH bill, which is bringing about the new paradigm of regulation to improve scale with respect to SEZs and economic inflation.
If you were in the sports ministry and you wanted to give a project of how to upgrade the Indian Super League of football,
Yes.
to the level of IPL,
Yes.
what would be the first things you do?
Yes, sir, I sort of do some things from the supply side and something from the demand side. supply side, I think we need a greater feeder network with respect to the talent that comes in. And also, the global mechanism for football leagues is that there is not only a Premier League, but there is also a lower tier of league, which then there is a competition with respect to trying to get into that and relegation from that. So that improves the overall quality and the engagement. Yes, that would be the first thing. We have to develop this lower tier. Secondly, on the demand side, with respect to how the league can engage with the fans better, there we can use a lot of initiatives such as technology, such as season passes for the fans who want to watch the matches, applications, more events with the footballers themselves, so that interest develops, and that way demand will lead to improved quality with respect to performance. And the third will be related to infrastructure. I think infrastructure can be improved. That will attract better players, better foreign coaches, better foreign players, and so on.
So the bottoms-up approach would be first what?
Yes. So the bottoms-up approach would be first trying to set up a lot of leagues in different local places in the country. And such leagues already exist in a lot of areas. For example, in Northeast there exists such a league, in Kerala, in West Bengal. We just need to resolve our political differences between different football associations so that a clear hierarchy can be established and competition, but there is better competition.
Equity research and investing.
Yes.
So bluntly say that is euphemism for gambling. How much would you agree?
Sir, I would not agree at all. Sorry sir, I think that it would involve, equity research involves significant sort of processes, methods which can significantly, gambling would be something that has 50-50 chances, right? If there's a method or if there's a process that can say change these chances from 50-50 to 10-90 or maybe 199, then that is not gambling, that is essentially a process, because there's some amount of randomness in all processes. And I think that equity research-based investing can change your chances from 50-50 to 199. So I would not call it gambling.
One last question, because you are from Navsari. What is Dadabhai Nauroji's claim to fame?
Yes, sir.
You know him?
Yes, sir. Sir, for UPSC aspirants, his claim to fame is his economic critique of British colonialism. He wrote a lot of literature around it. He initially in the foundation of the Indian National Congress, that he was the person who set this agenda, and based on the economic exploitation. He also went to Britain, and there also he created awareness about this. So that is, to the best of my knowledge, that is his claim to fame. However, he may have done other things that I may not be aware of.
He shares something with Rishi Sunak,
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware.
member of the British Parliament.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Heard the term fungible?
Yes, sir.
What is its meaning?
Sir, something that so currency, it is used in something that is currency. So you can break it down into different parts, and the different small parts will be interchangeable with the whole. For example, gold bar, you can break a gold bar into 4, and one big gold bar is equivalent to 4 small gold bars. So 100 rupee note is equivalent to 10 rupee notes. So this is said to be fungibility.
Why does E equal MC square?
Yes, sir, this is related to this is the link between energy and mass, so to say. And when mass is destroyed or created, that involves a massive amount of energy. And this equation represents that, because even if it is a very small particle of mass, to create that or destroy that, there would be a lot of energy that is involved.
Good. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
So, Kush, we are convinced that you are as excellent as you have always been. Just because we are sitting here and we had one pleasant interaction right now, which we call as mock interview, Just 2 or 3 small things to suggest.
Yes, sir.
Not because there is anything lacking,
Yes, sir.
but just be doubly sure that one thing, there is no element of complacency,
Yes, sir.
which means increasing the sharp edge of all you in coming about 5-6 days.
Yes, sir.
Then greater possibilities this interview may be more on current.
Yes, sir.
So sort of brushing up, we started with Maharashtra, so later on I thought let's not right now go deeper.
Yes, sir.
But once the panel notices your permanent address to be Navi Mumbai,
Yes, sir.
they may, starting from the bridge
Yes, sir.
to these complications, including questions of the party political nature are generally not asked.
Yes, sir.
But if a party phenomenon or event
Yes, sir.
has constitutional or statutory
Implications.
base,
Yes, sir.
that may be discussed.
Yes, sir.
So why Rahul Narvekar has held Eknath Shinde Shiva Sena as the official one, etc.
Yes, sir.
On statutory or constitutional lines,
Yes, sir.
or like right now, local self-government institutions in Maharashtra
Yes, sir.
do not have elected bodies.
Yes,
They
sir.
all have administrators.
Yes, sir.
So it can come up, why,
Yes, sir.
etc. Actually, some time ago, I conducted one special session.
Yes, sir.
You were there?
No, sir. I.
Well, you can ask for the
Yes,
link.
sir. Yes, sir.
Swapnil will give you the link.
Yes, sir.
It's a broad outline.
Yes, sir.
Generally, questions pertaining to Maharashtra may go
Yes, sir.
in which direction.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure for the interview dress will be like proper formal
Yes, sir.
dress, including clean shaven.
Yes, sir.
Do presume everything on the DAF.
Yes, sir.
So while interview was on, I also double checked to find out are there any changes or whatever.
Yes, sir.
While the judgment is this interview may be non-DAF,
Yes,
but
sir.
it's a judgment.
Yes, sir.
So the right strategy would be, of course, we think carefully about every entry on the DAF,
Yes, sir.
still apply our mind, anticipate the questions.
Yes, sir.
But it is possible that panel may. I think, in fact, last time also,
Yes, sir.
would you say your interview was more based on DAF or was it more non-DAF?
Sir, it was mostly non-DAF. Yes, sir.
Because that was your second interview.
Yes, sir.
That is actually our considered contention.
Yes, sir.
That broadly speaking, subject to the limitation that all generalizations have,
Yes, sir.
but broadly speaking, it seems the first interview that UPSC conducts
Yes, sir.
may be on DAF.
Yes, sir.
But when they see the same youngster coming for second, now third time,
Yes, sir.
it seems they think maybe we covered DAF last time, let's explore new area.
Yes, sir.
So this time the strategy is, while we are to keep ourselves ready for DAF,
Yes, sir.
also the mind to be ready for non-DAF.
Yes, sir.
Then of course that non-DAF essentially means current.
Yes, sir.
So all current for Maharashtra, current for India, current for world,
Yes, sir.
current for maths,
Yes, sir.
this BTech in information and game theory, which we had discussed last time.
Yes, sir.
Did it come up in the actual interview?
No, sir.
It didn't. Okay. Okay. That I thought of passing on to you.
Yes, sir.
Then basically you are speaking in a natural way. That is how you should.
Yes, sir.
But today I thought on 1 or 2 points, is it just crossing over into rather informality?
Okay. Yes, sir.
I noted 1 or 2
Yes, sir.
to just mention that.
Yes, sir.
Like at a point of time, you said it's 50-50, right?
Yes, sir.
This style, it's 50-50, right?
Yes, sir.
It's an informal style.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, sir, it is 50-50. You were explaining to him
Yes, sir.
and he said it's 50-50, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
So,
Understood. Sorry,
so,
sir.
no reason to be sorry.
Yes, sir.
All I'm saying is just drawing your attention to
Yes, sir.
Do come naturally, but at the same time remember this is formal UPSC interview for supposedly like highest of the civil services of India.
Yes, sir.
Occasionally your voice went low, just occasionally.
Yes.
So if you watch the video, pay for most of the times it was, but sometimes
Yes, sir.
it was lowered and for no reason. I mean,
Yes,
it's not like you didn't know the answer. It's not like earlier 1 or 2 questions you didn't do well. But for some so pay attention to that. Let the energy quality in the voice continue at a rather energetic level. Then some answers were rather long.
Yes, sir.
That you would do better by sharpening them. So to share this feedback, I noted 1 or 2.
Yes, sir.
One was this discussion on role of mohalla clinics.
Okay.
That went on slightly for like panel had to wait to see when is it coming
Yes, sir.
to its own conclusion.
Yes, sir.
So also Delhi traffic, when you were told what are the steps you would take,
Okay.
or that comparison between metro and the roads, or why buses are going empty. The answers are slightly longish.
Yes.
Then like this colloquial use of it's 50-50, right?
Yes, sir.
Another one is to start answer by saying, sir, you are right. That happened just once
Yes, sir.
in your discussion with him.
Yes, sir.
He observed this, aren't the buses going empty? Perception that metros are costly, but they are overfull. You started out with, sir, you are right.
Okay.
My suggestion is for interview purpose, just turn it to, yes, sir, I agree. Okay,
Yes, sir.
rather than certifying the panel member, you are right. We are just showing our agreement.
Yes, sir.
On this question, Indira ji and 5 things, you said, can I take a minute, which is okay.
Yes, sir.
But I thought of discussing this. Do you need a minute to respond to like Indira ji's 5? Or you wanted to organize your answer?
I wanted to organize the answer with respect to what are the 5 things that I say.
Okay, okay.
Because
Have you read any of her biography or something?
No, sir.
Okay. The minority character of, like, say, Jamia Millia or Amu,
Yes, sir. AMU.
Aligarh Muslim University.
Yes, sir.
Actually, one of the statements you made is assigning minority character doesn't fit the secularism of India.
Yes, sir.
This is the only point which is objectively not right.
Okay.
One may agree, one may not. But Article 25, 26, Article 29 and 30 specifically confer minority status on educational institutions, and if done so, then they have a constitutional protection.
Yes, sir.
So at least by the constitutional scheme, assigning minority character to an institution is not anti-secularism.
Yes, sir.
We may have our own opinions,
Yes, sir.
of course we do.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to just focus on the constitutional provision. So
Yes, sir.
in that discussion, that point should have come into play.
Correct. Yes.
And otherwise everything like bang on target, you are there. Out of my plane.
Yesterday, Supreme Court started hearing about AIM.
Okay.
So if you can catch hold of that news report, it
Okay.
covers everything.
Okay.
It's important.
Supreme Court started hearing. Government of India has filed an affidavit
Okay.
saying it is not minority character.
Okay.
The Supreme Court, Government of India stand is AMU is not minority
Okay.
institution. So overall good going. The entry of mountaineering is still there on the DAF, huh?
Yes, sir.
I mean, in the interview you clarified that I found it's not really my,
Yes, sir.
yeah, but it is there.
Yes, sir.
So some panel member may want to
Yes, sir.
probe you on that.
Yes, sir.
So keep yourself ready for that.
Yes, sir.
Then unlike the previous DAFs, football seems to be the new entry this
No, sir.
time.
Football is there last time.
Last time also it was there?
Yes, sir. Sir, this
Huh.
new entry is that equity.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that also I
had
noted.
not last. That was not. I had not written
Equity
last
research.
Year.
Yeah, yeah. Overall, in that line, I just thought of putting just one question: fungible.
Fungible.
Then this idea of fungible token,
Yes, sir.
which is issued and all.
Yes, sir.
And sort of in E is equal to MC square, I was looking for the mathematics behind it.
Okay.
So the reason I drafted the question, why does E equal MC square?
Yes, sir.
Is not the physics I was expecting.
Yes, sir.
I was the equation and the mathematics. But it's not like the answer is wrong or something. So you continue to be excellent, definitely 200 plus even today.
Thank you, sir.
But now you should go for 220.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
220.
Yes, sir.
On 18th of January,
Yes, sir.
your score should be 220.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Right?
I'll try.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'll try my best.
Anything you want to ask?
No, sir. Sir, nothing as of now.
Ah.
Sir, sir, that one thing.
By the way, did Ramayana come up in any of previous interviews with UPSC?
Yes, sir. In last interview, it had come up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lava and Kush.
Yes, sir.
Any chance you watch this serial called Friends?
Friends.
Ah.
No, sir. I have not seen Friends.
There is a, according to at least me, and they seem to agree all these years,
Yes, sir.
that it's like the funniest and the best TV serial.
Yes, sir.
So there is a twin there in that serial. Phoebe and her sister Ursula
Okay.
are twins.
Yes, sir.
There is a time when both of them are after one boy.
Yes, sir.
So they are trying to impress him.
Okay.
So at a point, Phoebe tells him that I am Ursula's twin, but just remember, I am born 1 minute before her.
Okay.
So it's like between Lava Kush also.
Yes, sir.
He was asking you who is elder.
Yes, sir.
That was to sort of see if you get foxed.
Yes, sir.
So they are twins.
Yes, sir.
But between the twins, maybe Lava
Yes,
is born just like a few seconds or a minute before Kush.
Yes, sir.
The reference goes as Lava Kush.
Yes, sir.
But Ramayana, there is a reason I asked this question.
Yes, sir.
Because this year again the possibility may be greater.
Yes, sir.
Because Ramayana and Mahabharata are now going to be introduced in school curriculum.
Yes, sir.
So it's an ongoing issue. Well, as usual, some people think that introducing Ramayana in school curriculum is against secularism. Their perception of secularism. Whatever you want to express as your opinion, etc.
Yes, sir.
But that can come up, I mean, again. Right. And then you are asking something.
Yes, sir. Sir, I only wanted to ask about that. I said at the outset, when you asked you are in service, I said directly that yes, I have resigned. And that is
Yeah,
okay,
that
sir.
is correct.
I don't
All
have
it
to,
means is, which I actually said, that in doing so, you took a huge risk.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, to that you responded that, sir, later on, now
Yes,
I
sir.
am selected. Perfectly okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Actually, I would say, on the contrary, it shows you, as I would say, deadly honest person.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Because I don't know whether you know, or maybe you know,
Yes, sir.
that otherwise, unfortunately, some youngsters sometimes do a lot of jugaad and sort of go to the extent of lying, etc.,
Yes, sir.
or proceed on medical leave, or find out some connections,
Yes,
and
sir.
ask some senior or some minister also you did nothing. You played straight.
Yes, sir.
Rules don't allow, but I want to appear, so I resigned. Perfectly. I mean,
Yes, sir.
at the end of the day, it shows you in a good light.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Excellent question.
Thank you, sir.
These are notes, as you know.
Yes, sir.
Might not one panel member may ask you that how do you find that Denix is better than ILCS?
Yes, sir.
Have you thought about it?
Yes, sir. Sir, when I resigned, at that time I had not been allotted the service
Yeah.
yet. So my decision was independent of.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
No, now
Yeah.
you have.
Yes, sir.
Do you find that your decision was correct? Is Denix a better service or with better prospects than your earlier service?
Sir, I don't have first-hand experience to answer this question. Sir, I believe that Danex will also provide good opportunities as any other civil services.
Yeah.
And I'm looking
Does
forward.
provide better
Yes, sir.
Because you have resigned.
Yes, sir.
No, point is, he did not resign
Because you got Denix.
to join Dynix. He resigned because he wanted for another attempt, which the ICLS rules didn't permit. So there is no question of comparison.
Yes, sir.
He is not even required to say anyone is better or equal, etc. Under the rules, he resigned, appeared again, and got selected for Danix.
Very fair. But
Yes,
now,
sir. If they ask.
once you have chosen, you have been allotted a service.
Yes, sir.
तो डेनिक्स के बारे में पूछ सकते हैं.
Yes, sir.
Danix के बारे में पूछ सकते हैं.
Yes, sir.
But like no necessary compare, yeah,
Yes.
between the two. It's not like he chose Danix above ICLS.
No, he
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Excellent question. Note, you're asking something?
No, sir. Sir.
Ah, yeah. So these are notes for you.
Yes, sir.
Keep in touch, of course.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And after 18th also,
Yes, sir.
do let us know how
Yes,
it
sir.
went.
Yes,
So
sir.
you are to tell me
Yes,
it's
sir.
220.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
Thank you.